Hi, I'm Carly of Gnarly Gaming, and today I'm going to start down the rabbit hole of a series of videos talking about some of my favorite games. I get asked a lot about what my top 10 games would be, and for that I don't have a great answer. I like a variety of mechanisms and themes in my games, and I can enjoy a very heavy game on one hand or a light party game on many occasions. And swaying all these different things side by side is a difficult task, but I'm going to try to embark on creating a list of what I will call my highly emotional top 10, which will be a combination of both games I'm immensely smitten by and that I think everyone should try, as well as just the games that mean the most to me. And the first game I'm going to talk about is Scythe. Scythe is a game near and dear to my heart. Not only is it the first big box game I ever owned, but it is also deeply intertwined in my personal history and the history of me as a gamer. College was when I really first found games. I had played games with my family growing up, but it was the board game club at Ohio State that got me really into the hobby. From there, during my time at school, I even worked at a board game cafe called Kingmakers. Kingmakers was closed on Monday nights, so on occasion we'd all get together as a staff to play games and hang ourselves when all of us were free. And my coworker Brandon brought Scythe with him one day. It was probably one of the first board game crushes I had. I was utterly enchanted by it. I thought it was everything Risk wanted to be, but more and better, and went home gushing about it and Googling it and wishing I could afford it at the time. In the game, players play as factions surrounding a fallen city-state and are all vying to use this fallen city-state to their benefit. Now, claiming territory and conquest can be part of the game, but really there's a variety of objectives because it isn't exactly the land that matters, it's how it can benefit you. So you'll be doing everything from taking iron to make mechs and wood to build your buildings and all of these things, utilizing the city-state to your advantage. At the end of the game, you score for objectives completed, which is everything from maximizing the efficiency of your production to acquiring a massive quantity of workers to till the land for you. But you'll also get points for territories claimed and minimally for resources left over. How much you score for each of these, however, is impacted directly by how popular your empire is at the end of the game, impacted by the choices you make, as well as some key encounters you'll have along the way. I was obviously already working at a board game cafe and smitten with the board game hobby, but Scythe really grew that hobby for me. I was playing a lot of medium fare games, which I still love and enjoy, but this was a bigger one that I felt like I could dive into new mechanics in a really accessible way. On your turn, you move your pawn to one of 4 action spaces on your player map, not able to pick one that you've just used, and resolve the top action, bottom action, or both. This means at any point, you're really just choosing from one of 3 possible directions you can go. Now, it can't tell you where best to move or where best to build, but it can give you an idea of the general things you should be considering in doing at any given time. When should I be using this action space versus this action space, and how can they impact each other? So it kind of simplifies the process of making bigger game decisions. And it was and still is a great game in my eyes. While I was so smitten with it in the moment, it has stood the test of time for me. It's a game I still immensely enjoy bringing to the table, as well as one that I love to bring to the table with people who are starting out in the hobby and need a push into something meatier. Like I said, I was smitten with the game when I was first introduced to it in college, but I was working 3 jobs in addition to school, and Scythe wasn't something I could afford at the time. So I thought my own copy was way off, but towards the end of undergrad, my boyfriend, who wanted to get me a promise ring of sorts and took me to a mall for shopping only to find that I was very apathetic towards jewelry, saw me look at Scythe at a board game store. I had already told him about the game, but seeing me look at the game after looking at jewelry for hours, he knew that it would make me happier than any ring. And despite the tears that are now very much forming, it still very much does. It's a great game. And though I'm no longer dating that wonderful man, when I look at it, I am very much filled with a lot of love and appreciation for the time that we had together. Additionally, my Instagram adventures have brought me many friendships, but in particular, Jamie, who made the game. And so this physical game means a lot, but so does everything it represents in my life, both me evolving as a gamer, the man I got to know and love as an undergrad, and many of the joys and friendships that I experienced today. And this is not the first time I'm crying for this game, not only talking about it, but in general. I actually was able to, and I don't think my camera focused well enough to show you, but I was able to paint the minis for the game and poured a lot of love into them. But that was a very emotional process for me. As soon as we primed the game, I broke down in tears. Like I said, care much about this particular copy, and I just wanted to do it justice. I was overcome with emotion and sadness that I'd mess it up and it wouldn't reflect my feelings towards the game. And so I'm immensely happy with how they turned out. But it was an emotional thing to do for me. And I'd like to think that the love I poured into it honors all the people that this game represents to me. I've cried over this game countless times, and I'm sure I will many more, because obviously I'm an emotional wreck about it. But I do deeply believe it's a good game, and that every gamer should experience it at least once in their own right, and I will never, ever give it up in my own collection, making it an obvious first pick for my highly emotional top 10.